Boom. Hey guys, Retro Cypher here. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, pretty much just knocked off work and thought I'd do my second video. I'm glad I got that first upload out of the way. And thanks to all who watched that. I got like 26 views, and I'm so happy with that. I mean, even if I got one view, I don't care. I'm just happy to get my gaming journey out there and to share it with someone, people who will listen. So I'm pretty pleased with that. For those that are just tuning in for the first time, I do have my first video up on there. It's an unboxing of a game I've been after for a while, Volgar the Viking, and I put some gameplay up on it. So yeah, and I was toying around with what idea to do next for my second video. I just want to keep a regular thing going, upload once a month. Maybe do it every fortnight, but for now we'll shoot for like once a month. So I'm committed to that. And I want to, of course, get my hands on some more technology and stuff so I can edit better and sort of capture gameplay and do all those things that YouTubers do, but makes videos fantastic. I mean, you don't want to hear me babble shit all the time. You want to about the games that I'm playing and talking about and consoles and this and that over the next lot of videos. So yeah, I'm trying to get the technology and learn how to do all that. So that's going to be a process. So I'm doing it myself and all that sort of thing. So yeah, I'm sure we'll get there in the end. And as hopefully every video gets better and better and better. Anyway, guys, I was toying with the idea. It's going to do a pickups video, what I've been grabbing the last month or so, and talk about that. But I thought, I'd rather do like a little bit of history on a bit of my gaming, basically my consoles, what I'm into and what I started with, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I thought I'd start with that. And I reckon like the first basically computer game I ever played, first video game I ever played would have been now my memory is a little vague. It's either Giana Sisters or Cauldron on the Commodore 64 at a mate's house. Yeah, I don't have one of them on me at the moment. No, I don't have a Commodore 64. I don't. Oh, I do have a PC. I've got a Mac, but yeah, I don't have one of them. But a Commodore 64. But that's my first memory of gaming, which was pretty cool. And then I remember going over to my mate's house across the road there when I reckon that Commodore 64 memory was when I was about 5-6 years old, for sure. It was pretty cool. But yeah, then went across to my mate's house who lived across the road and played the Atari 2600, which was garbage. I didn't like it. I did not like the Atari. I think we were playing ET or Star Wars or something, and it was or Pong and a couple of things. I didn't really like it because later on that year, he ended up getting a NES, a Nintendo Entertainment System, and I went over there and played that, and bang, it started from there, guys, as it did with a lot of people. And that same year, my parents got me the Nintendo action set for Christmas with the Zapper and Mario and Duck Hunt, and I was in heaven. I'm not going to go into all the games I played and that over all the consoles. No, I'll do that in time in other videos and that sort of thing. This is basically just what consoles I had growing up, and there is a bit of a gap in my gaming and that sort of thing because I had kids and as things come up in life and that's how it was. So I've got a little bit of a gap in my gaming, but I always tried to get console on release because I don't know, I think it's like that the rest of the world. Back in the day, you're either a Nintendo kid or a Sega kid, and by far I was a Nintendo kid. Always have been, and always will be. When I was younger, growing up, I've learned to admire Sega and the Mega Drive and the consoles and then other systems and that sort of thing. But mainly at my house when I was younger, I had Nintendo growing up through. Yeah, so yeah, first system, yeah, was the Nintendo, which at the moment I'm just playing on the Retron 1. I've got my NES in box packed away. I'm trying to keep that in mint condition, so I just play my games on this at the moment. So yeah, and then moving on from that, I reckon, well, I don't know what year, 92, something like that. I got the Super Nintendo when it came out, packed in with Mario World, and man, that system, that's my favorite system ever to this day. I love the Super Nintendo. I love collecting for it. Love the games and all that sort of stuff. Which I have right here. This one, actually a custom. I've got matching controllers as well. Custom. I got this off a friend of mine, and I'm pretty sure he got this in Japan, or he. It's not a Super Famicom, but he got it, or he painted in Japan, and I ended up getting that off him with the matching controllers, which is fantastic. Moving on from that, and as I said, other videos and that I'll talk about some of the games I've played growing up and history and all that sort of thing in due course. But now what came after that? The Nintendo 64. Got that on release too. Like in about 96. My dates are probably here or there, but roughly about right. Boom. Nintendo 64. What a console. Absolutely fantastic. Um, just a quick gaming memory, Ocarina of Time, when I first put that in and played that, oh my god, I still love it to this day. I mean, everyone does. If you play Ocarina of Time, it's fantastic. But yeah, so I never grew up really with Sega or any of that sort of thing. I mean, of course, I went around mates' houses and they would see kids had the Mega Drive and that sort of thing. And I actually do remember once, good story, is when Mortal Kombat came out on the Super Nintendo. Great port, very good graphics and all that sort of thing. There was no fucking blood. I couldn't believe it when it came out. Punch, uppercut him, and sweat comes out. Fatalities were shit. I was like, what's going on here? It's crap. I mean, all the good graphics, all the work they put into it. Of course, Nintendo being Nintendo, with the violence and that back then, but no blood. So me and my mates went down to the local video store. We hired a Mega Drive. We hired Mortal Kombat, put the blood code in, and we had blood. That's one thing. Sega back then they took more risk, more of a compared to Nintendo's a bit more like adult games and that. And I've got a lot of respect for that now. And yeah, I think this year I bought a Mega Drive too. It's the first time I've ever um, bought a Mega Drive. So I'm really looking forward to picking up a whole heap of games that I've been, seeing and looking forward to playing over the years. Just never been able to. So looking forward to that. And yeah, so what did we get after that? The GameCube. So grabbed that pretty much around release time, I reckon it was. But I did have a bit of a gap in gaming and collecting and on that sort of thing when I got the 64. But I did hire a lot of games, but I wasn't really collecting back then as much when the 64 was out. So yeah, I sort of, not to get right into it, left home early and all that sort of thing. So I didn't have a lot of money back then. But yeah, got the GameCube anyway, and right here, fantastic machine. I think I got that with Prince of Persia: Sands of Time. I reckon that was the first game I ever played on that. Great machine. And then after that, I reckon the last console I got released, I reckon it would have been the Wii when it came out. I reckon it was around Christmas time I got that. That was the last console I reckon I picked up on release, which is a fantastic console. And I've got that complete. I've actually got all my systems complete in box except the GameCube, including the Wii and that sort of thing. And I play all my Wii games on the Wii U, which I didn't get at launch. I just wasn't really interested in the Wii U for some reason when it came out. But now that I've grabbed it, there's quite a few good games on it and that sort of thing. It's quite an underrated system, I think. And I'm enjoying picking up some games for that. So yeah, but like quickly getting back to because there was the Super Nintendo, the Mega Drive, and PlayStation at that time, the 32-bit, 64-bit era in gaming. Don't get me wrong, I did love the PlayStation. It's just that I had a Nintendo, and that's all I had at home because my parents aren't going to buy me multiple systems and that sort of thing. So I did play a lot of Tekken and Metal Gear Solid and that sort of thing at my mates' houses. So And I haven't recently, last couple of years, bought PS1, which I have here, and I'm really enjoying collecting for it and experiencing a lot of the games I missed out on when I was younger for the PlayStation, uh, and now for the Sega Mega Drive, which is, I'm really having a good time with it. And it's not PlayStation there, it's modded. Chun-Li on there, beautiful. Love Street Fighter, one of my favourite games. I'll get into that another time. But yeah, that's modded. No Japanese, play whatever games on that. Fantastic. Um, the Wii, pretty much the last one I got on release. I think I did pick up the Switch. I don't think it was when it was released I grabbed it. I grabbed it a little later, but I gave that to my son, my eldest son. He's got the Switch and he collects for that and playing that. I gave that to him and ended up buying a PS5, which is the last console I bought. And handheld wise, I reckon I didn't mention it because I didn't have it for too long, but I had the Game Boy when it came out. I probably had it for about 3 months, and I smashed the screen. I think I raged on one game, or some game, and ended up smashing the screen, and that was it. My parents, never bought me a handheld again after that. But yeah, and I reckon at some point in time when I was younger, I had an Atari Lynx for a brief period as well, with a couple of games. But in recent times, I went ahead and bought the Game Boy Advance. I picked up a Game Boy Advance 101, and collecting for that, which I'm very, very happy with. What a system. Fantastic. Love it. And also, my son will be happy to know as well. He's happy to know that I picked up a DS. I got a DS Lite. Fantastic library on there. So I've just started picking up a few games here and there for that. Bit of a small screen. So I wouldn't mind getting the XL or something like that. Get a bigger screen. But yeah, some good games on that. And that's right. And I also I picked up this system, I think last year. It's just got a great catalogue of games on it, and physical games with a manual, cartridge, good prices, and you get multiple games on the one cartridge, and I think it's good for the price, which is a Evercade, a VSR, right there. Yeah, highly recommend that. It's a great system. But yeah, guys, that is it. I just thought I'd give a quick rundown on some of the systems I've had over the years, and my little bit of history with gaming and that sort of thing. But yeah, next video I'll be doing a pickups video and show you all the stuff that I've picked up in the last month or so. And hopefully by then I'll have picked up a few more items to do some editing with and make the videos a little better. But yeah, guys, I really appreciate you watching, taking the time out to watch the video. Like, subscribe, that'd be great. I didn't get me any likes on my last video. I mean, it doesn't cost anything to like and subscribe to me. I mean, I pretty much subscribe to every channel that I watch and all that sort of thing, but you don't have to. But I'd really appreciate it. It'd be fantastic. Like I said, I've got, I think, 2 or 3 subscribers, and I'm stoked with that. You know what I mean? Like, I would be happy with one, as long as somebody's watching what I'm putting out and enjoying it. It makes me happy. It's fantastic. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and catch you on the next one. Bye.